Welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I'm Peter Gross, co-host of the original Wild Kingdom with Marlin, Perkins, and Jim Fowler. You know, if there's one thing we've learned when filming Wild Kingdom, it's that nature can be harsh. Not all animals are strong and healthy enough to survive. In tonight's episode, we'll explore the relationship between predators and prey. Each plays an important role in keeping animal populations in check. The old and sickly animals are naturally weeded out, leaving the strong and healthy to produce the next generation. In fact, birds of prey like this owl are only successful about 50% of their attempts to catch food in the wild. This reality can seem harsh, but it's absolutely necessary to create that delicate yet natural balance of animals in the wild kingdom. So sit back and relax and enjoy Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Mutual of Omaha.
Hello, welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Our story today is about an exciting adventure we had exploring Jaguar country. Some of you may remember that earlier this year, Jim and I went to Mexico to capture a cattle-killing jaguar and her cub. We took them away from the ranch lands and set them free in a new area, a place we called Jaguar country.
This part of northern Mexico, where they were resettled, is a fascinating area. It's the home not only of the jaguar, but of the many little-known cats like the cockamissile and the jaguarundi. There are poisonous lizards here, and deadly rattlesnakes, and strange birds who kill those rattlers. It's one of the most interesting corners of the wild kingdom you could explore.
We returned to Jaguar country to see if our jaguar had established herself there in the new area, or if she'd gone back to her old home in the cattle country. We set up camp on the bank of the same river where a few months earlier we had released the big cat and her cub. It's harsh, deserted, dry country, with this river the only water for miles around. A primitive place where the stillness is broken by the lonely howl of a coyote. The coyote's cry seems to echo our own feeling of isolation.
In the time we've been here, we've gotten to know some of the animals that come down to the river. There's a quatamundi, one of a small band we've seen before. They eat anything from juicy grubs to lizards. The quatamundi is the South American cousin of our raccoons. The quatamundi's coat is coarser than the raccoon, and his tail's longer and more slender, but he's just as bright and agile. Unlike the more independent raccoon, the quatamundi prefers to live and hunt in bands.
They leave, and it's time for us to continue our search for the jaguar and her cub. For 6 days now, we've searched this area, but without success. There's one place we have not explored. Leading into this river is a dry stream bed. That's where we're headed today. This is an area where there are many lizards and snakes. And just ahead of us is a bird that eats poisonous snakes. The sharp-billed roadrunner and the sidewinder rattlesnake. Deceptive speed against deadly poison. With its long, powerful beak, the roadrunner stabs swiftly at the head and neck. If he misses, the rattler's bite would be fatal. The sidewinder has met its match, and now the bird shakes the snake to see if there are any signs of life. A movement of Jim's horse distracts the bird. Then he continues to whip the snake against a rock, making absolutely sure it is dead. Not a pleasant sight, but nevertheless an unusual one. The roadrunner swallows the rattler head first and whole. Surprising as it may seem, the snake venom, which would be fatal in a bite, has no ill effect when swallowed. That's enough of that. It's time to move on. There's another snake, but very difficult to see. A vine snake, camouflaged by nature to resemble vines in a tree. It's not as dangerous as the sidewinder, but still it's venomous. Since we have not explored this area, we'll tie our horses here and look for signs of the jaguar. Straight ahead in the middle of the sand draw is another animal I had hoped to find, the poisonous beaded lizard. This unusual-looking lizard and its close relative, the Gila monster, are the only two venomous lizards known to science. It's certainly worth spending some time trying to catch it. One oddity, its poison glands are in its lower jaw. Other venomous reptiles have them in the upper jaw. It doesn't move very fast, but it reacts lightning fast. The boot distracts its attention. Of course, this all looks deceptively easy, but I would caution anyone against trying to catch poisonous reptiles with their bare hands unless they've had years of experience. A capture bag is always carried on expeditions just in case. One prize safely in the bag. Now, if we can only find some sign of the jaguars. As we turned the next bend, we could see the end of the draw. Then, without warning, a far-off movement. Finally, the familiar form of a jaguar. It disappears, and we hurry to pick up the trail. Jim and I continued our search for the jaguar and her cub. As we explored more of jaguar country, we moved up into the mountains. Two days of hunting had confirmed there was a jaguar living in this area. All signs indicate the lair is down there, near a small river. We still don't know if it's the same cat we freed, but now it's time to find out. This is the entrance to the ravine, and we decide to leave our horses here. Taking them closer would expose them to unnecessary danger and would also warn the cat of our approach. If we hope to observe the jaguar, we must do so on foot. We have disturbed the sleep of a cockamitzel. It's also called a ringtail. Easy to see why. We moved so we could see the rock at the far end of the ravine. At first we didn't see it. A closer look. It's the jaguar. But we can't tell if it's the same one we freed here several months ago. Here, Jim, what do you think?
It's difficult to recognize a specific jaguar at this distance. However, I can see from its small size that it's a female, and it could be the one we released earlier. If she has a cub, she's the one we've been looking for. There's the cub. It's the size we'd expect the cub to be by now. These must be the same cats we released in this area several months ago. The mother and her cub appear to have accepted their new home. Playtime's over. Mother goes into the shade to rest, but the cub's more interested in exploring. If he explores the ravine below, he'll find two peccaries drinking at a small stream. And that's where the cub is headed. The wild pigs, one young one and an adult, don't know that they're in the jaguar's lair. But the jaguar cub intends to show them. Even at this young age, he knows how to stalk. That didn't seem to work out. Now the adult peccary distracts the cub away from her young. The cub had a bad scare, but he's not quitting. He's just trying for something more his own size. To reach the young one, he must get past its mother. Still he doesn't quit. He wants that young peccary. The adult shields her youngster from him. Again he circles, looking for an opening. The cub's lost this round, but when he's grown and has gained hunting experience, it'll be a different story. Farther down the ravine, something else attracts his attention. A young pocket gopher looking for a place to dig a burrow. The cub is very interested. Being intent on his digging, the gopher doesn't realize someone is watching. The cub's curiosity is really aroused by all this activity. And and especially by the way the gopher bulldozes the dirt away. Too late, the gopher sees danger approaching, and his hole's not deep enough to hide in. But gophers have lots of courage. The gopher bit him. He doesn't know how to handle this tough little fighter. The young jaguar is outbluffed by a pocket gopher. He has a lot to learn before he's king of this country.
Sometime later, we moved down near the river to watch the cub as he wandered farther away from the lair. But there's already another cat here, a bobcat who's out hunting. It has picked up the scent of a ground squirrel. This time the squirrel's lucky and escapes. Here comes our cub. He's seen the bobcat. Wow, that was a tough old bobcat. The bobcat's quickly forgotten when he sees a spotted skunk heading for the river. The cub is curious, but when a skunk's tail is raised, it's time to stop being curious and leave well enough alone. Our cub is going to learn a most unpleasant lesson. Suddenly, here comes trouble. The female jaguar is looking for her cub, who's trying to shake off the effects of the skunk's spray. Skunk scent is hard to get off. Rubbing helps. Trouble is, it's a smell that not even a mother can love. She soon accepts her cub again, and they start roughhousing together. We've noticed that after the initial shock of skunk spray has worn off, animals are often stimulated into playfulness. They play pretty rough. This kind of play, with most animals, is an outlet for energy and a method of training their young. It really toughens them up. Suddenly, Mother stops. A puma is coming down to drink. The puma probably doesn't know there's a jaguar in the vicinity, because the jaguar has only been here a short time. The mother jaguar reacts immediately. This is now the domain of the jaguar. The puma is an intruder. A fallen tree is a convenient bridge for the mother jaguar. And now the little cub wants to join in. But this is no game. As mother goes into action, the cub looks on. This is a good time for us to move to a better observation point before she and her cub return. A happy reunion. Then both head for the river just as we anticipated. He hesitates. Leaping gracefully across rivers and chasing off pumas is very easy when you're big and strong like Mother Jaguar. But when you're small, like Junior here, you gotta take it easy at first. Once you've been in, though, the water's fine. This will be our last look at the jaguar and her cub. A few months ago, she was condemned to die for cattle killing. She and her cub might have ended up 2 dry skins on a barn door someplace in Mexico. I'm glad we caught them and released them in this remote area far from man's cattle. To see them play like this is the best trophy Jim and I could take home from our exploration of jaguar country. I hope that our exploration of jaguar country brought home one important fact to all of us. Jim and I took a condemned cattle killer, a jaguar who'd caused havoc among the rancher's herd, and set her and her cub free in a new area. She could have stayed or gone back to her old home and her old habits. You saw how she chose to stay in her new home in jaguar country. And so it is with most animals that are called killers. They only kill livestock when they can't find their normal food. But put them in a natural environment where the balance of nature is restored, and they cease to be a threat to man and his animals. When we understand this important lesson, we'll be one step closer to preserving one of our most important assets, the magnificent animals who dwell in the wild kingdom.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Like what you saw? Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for more exclusive content. And visit our website at wildkingdom.com.